All right, Coach, starting with the week with Morehead State today. I know they're a pretty good hitting team, top in the country in batting average and scoring. But I know one of your things every week is just kind of focus on what you guys can do. Just kind of talk to me about where you guys think you're at right now and how the team's looking.
Well, excited to play Morehead State. They put it on us a little bit last year, so excited to get on a baseball field with them again and get that taste out of my mouth. As far as where we're at, we've got a lot of stuff to work on. We had a sloppy weekend of baseball that leaves me feeling not great about the execution of our team. We say it pretty much every week. If we play good baseball, I feel like we got a good shot at whoever we're playing, that we can beat them. That was definitely true this weekend. If we played good baseball, I feel like we could have won 2 or 3 games pretty easily. We didn't play good baseball, lost 2 out of 3, and that's kind of where we're at. So it remains to be the truth. We gotta get back to some fundamentals. We didn't get some bunts down this weekend, which is inexcusable, and I think you can blame that on coaching. Obviously, we're not working on bunting enough if we can't get bunts down in big situations. So we need to take care of the stuff we can take care of. Excited to play Morehead State, but I'm more interested in getting righted what we have wrong with our execution on our team.
Pitching-wise, I mean, it was a pretty good weekend for the most part, and maybe particularly Zach Spears to put a couple of good starts together for you guys. Talk to me a little bit about where he came in pretty raw last year and kind of he's maybe getting towards where you guys expected him to be this year.
Zach's it's been a roller coaster for Zach. I know last year I think frustrated Zach a lot. At moments of this year frustrated Zach a lot, but I keep on reminding him of the growth he's made over the last 2 years, 2 calendar years, not necessarily Miami baseball, but the 2 calendar years. If you would have told the senior in high school, Zach Spears, that he'd be doing what he's doing right now, that kid would be really excited about it. He's developed as much as anybody on our team has, and I think sometimes he gets caught up in the results, which is easy to do in baseball, and obviously the results matter a great deal, but with Zach in particular, he's a really talented player. He's a really tough kid who's developed a lot since he's been here, and what he was able to give us this weekend certainly helped, but that's it's becoming more of the expectation for Zach that he can go out there and get you 6 or 7 really good innings, and then when he's really got his stuff and as he keeps developing, it's going to be 7 or 8 innings, and we're excited to continue to see that from Zach. He's done a nice job since he's been here, working really hard, doing stuff the right way, and if anybody deserves good results, it's him. I hope for his sake that they keep coming in the way they have the last two outings for him.
On the offensive side of things, I know you probably feel like there's maybe some left chances this past weekend, but overall the numbers are starting to maybe look a little better individually for the guys. Maybe putting together a full line. Just kind of talk to me about how much better you think they're looking, and maybe some of the guys that have really stepped up for you lately.
Not to be combative, but offensively it's terrible right now. In my opinion, it's just terrible. We're getting more hits right now. And I think there was a stretch there where I think we were scoring like 7 or 8 runs a game or something for 7 or 8 games in a row. But it's the execution has just been sloppy. We're striking out in situations where we can't strike out. I think Sunday at OU is a great example. That's a game where it wasn't an easy day to hit. The wind was blowing in pretty good. Anything you hit really well got hung up, and outfielders were able to run it down. We hit some balls hard like that, so did they. But that's a day where we could have, I think, without doing anything crazy, we could have scored 7 runs in that game. But because we can't execute simple situations, we end up scoring 2, and that's what's really frustrating. Where I think some guys are starting to feel a little bit better with their swings, which is good. We need them to, but offensively, as a team, it's really bad right now. It hasn't been great all year. But the thing, at least I could say earlier in the year, is that when we were getting hit and runs, we were putting the ball in play. We were hitting the ball where it needed to be. When we were getting sack bunt opportunities, we were getting bunts down. We were getting safety squeeze opportunities. We were scoring those runs every time. This weekend, if we do any of those things right, we win 2 games at least. But we couldn't. We couldn't execute very fundamental baseball things. So offensively, it remains a work in progress, as it has been all year, but it's starting to get pretty frustrating with some of these guys not being able to do pretty basic things on a baseball field.
I'm looking at Bowling Green this weekend. Just kind of talk to me what you know about them, and then maybe how do you kind of keep the guys from looking at the standings and making them feel like, hey, we have to make up a bunch of ground, and just kind of keeping it maybe one game at a time?
Well, I mean, honestly, if they look at the standings, I'd like to think that they can get some urgency. We didn't have a ton of it in our dugout on Sunday. And didn't play good baseball. So hopefully anything we can do to get some urgency on our team right now I think is a good thing. I'm excited to see how we respond. I know, I think going into the season, I'd like to think we had, 20 or 25 really tough, gritty, scrappy ball players. I think that group's probably a little bit smaller than I thought it was. It might be more like 10 or 15, which is frustrating, but enough. 10 or 15 guys, if we get 10 or 15 guys that just start leading like crazy and doing it themselves and leading by example, I think we can get the rest of these guys to follow. And if we play with that urgency, like our hair's on fire, I think there's enough talent on our team to put a move on late in conference. But we have to execute a lot better. We have to continue to get better results from our hitters. That, like you said, the offense is statistically has looked better, so we need that to keep coming, and we need to execute at a much better clip than we did this weekend. But if we do those things, certainly, like we've said all year, there's enough talent on the team to be good. We're getting good enough pitching from our starters and our bullpen to do that. So if we put those things together, certainly we can win ball games. But it's kind of up to those guys now to do that.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck this week.
Yeah, thank you.